It must be understood that choices have consequences. Parliament has failed. Let the Chief Justice not fail Kenyans. He must, of necessity, advise the President of the Republic of Kenya to dissolve Parliament. The President of Kenya has failed Kenyans in many ways. So it will not surprise us if he doesn't take the bold decision of dissolving Parliament. In essence, the two clerks are saying that they have done that which is within their ability to do, but they have not achieved the two-thirds gender rule. They are asking the Chief Justice to give them more time. They are making claims that it is not right for the Chief Justice to order the President to dissolve Parliament because we're just 2 years to the general election, and that it is a concerted effort of the judiciary and the executive to ensure that there is compliance with the two-thirds gender rule. The article in the Constitution, so far as this matter is concerned, is not permissive. It is prescriptive. It demands that a particular action be taken. And the action that has to be taken right now on the part of the Chief Justice is to advise the President of the Republic of Kenya to dissolve Parliament. It is on this backdrop that the failures of the administration of President Uhuru Kenyatta can be highlighted. They do not follow the law. They consider the law as a great inconvenience. And I think they expect that the Chief Justice will not be bold enough. And in fact, let me say, the Chief Justice doesn't need to be bold enough. Anybody, even a weakling, should do that which the Constitution requires. It must be understood by the people of Kenya. If the Chief Justice will advise the President to dissolve Parliament, then effective that day, Parliament ceases being lawfully constituted. It doesn't really matter what the President of the Republic of Kenya